Alright guys, welcome to another Barneycast. Today I'm bringing you a game between Noticimus, our red Protoss player on the top left of Antiga Shipyard, and merz, our blue Terran on the bottom right. merz is part of Team Dignitas. Very nice of him. Pretty high ranked. I believe he's Grandmasters, although he might be High Masters. Noticimus is Noticimus. I believe that's how you say his name. He is also in High Masters, and look at this, a little fanboyism going on. merz, pretty. I wouldn't say he's super well known, but being part of Team Dignitas, placing in a couple of not. He hasn't placed in anything too big, although he has placed in a couple tournaments, as far as I know. Plays at MLGs, nothing, not too great, but again, high Masters, Grandmasters player. Glad to meet you too. And obviously, our Terran player Noticimus does know of him, so obviously showing a little bit of fanboyism. Gonna have a 13 gate as well as a 13 racks. No gas on that, so I'm guessing this is gonna be a fast expand or 13 racks into fast expand maybe. Noticimus, an aspiring pro. Wow. Throws down the gas. Notice the placement of his builders right here. Very nice of Noticimus. Not going to let any kind of siege tank. What I've seen a lot of Terran players do recently in Terran versus Protoss is go for those Banshees, go for those siege tanks, and just go for a quick timing push off of 1 or 2 bases. If it is 2 bases, it's probably going to be maybe only a little bit of SCVs here, because you're going to usually pull SCVs to heal up your Banshees, heal up your siege tanks as needed. Siege tank Marine Banshee is pretty powerful against a Protoss player. Looks like Noticimus is just going to play standard. merz is going to go ahead and get that Expo as soon as possible. 300, going to get up to that 400 gas. Production tab shows orbital on the way. Noticimus does know where his opponent is, and merz is about to scout him as well. I'm going to kill that probe. No, look at probe still in the base. So Noticimus microing pretty well. Going to throw down supply depot to block it. Oh, actually got it. Very nice. And here we go. SCV is going to go in and check. Noticimus should know that this command center is on the way. I believe he did have the vision. Okay, he didn't have the vision, but he should have suspected because there is no gas going up. Throw down his own fast nexus to counter that. Again, in Terran versus Zerg, maybe you're not going to get that early, or any kind of against Zerg. It's okay to be 1 base versus 2 base, but Terran versus Protoss, Terran versus Terran, usually you're going to want to get that base up unless you're going for a really strong timing push early on that will definitely kill your opponent. Because if you do not kill your opponent with that first attack, you're going to be severely behind unless you do enough SCV/probe damage. And it looks like merz is going to stay in the base, going to patrol just to see what his opponent is doing. Stalker coming out, and he looks like merz is going to escape right on time. Stalker won't be able to kill it at all. Probably going to go out here and get the watchtower. Bunker going up for merz. No add-on jet. We have 3 more additional bunkers on the way. A lot of SCVs being pumped out right now, as well as a second orbital. Noticimus, you gotta pay attention to the game, man. If you're an aspiring pro, you can't keep on talking like that. We have 3 gates going up, or 2 gates going up. It's gonna make 3 gates. I am diamond. Yeah, right. Okay. Might be seeing a robo. We'll see. Actually, now I'm questioning, is Noticimus like okay, he's joking. I was about to say, if he actually was diamond right then, he might have been a smurf for another player that I don't know of, but I don't believe so. Like I said, both these players highly ranked in Europe. merz is Swedish, I believe, of Team Dignitas. Another patrolling SCV here. I don't know how he's going to patrol here. Actually, SCVs want to actually patrol around here, just so that you don't get a pylon built here, and then your opponent can warp in your main, because that's really sucky. Looks like he's going to go in for a scout again. Gonna force field to block it off? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, he did. Okay. You guys might be asking why block off this. You don't want your opponent seeing whatever tech you're going. And look at, oh, maybe if merz was paying attention and did click on this, he might have seen it. Yeah, the Noticimus' force field was a little bit late, so he might have seen the Twilight Council. I don't know. Stalker did go down in the middle. A handful of Marines. Whoa, just gonna keep on pumping Marines. We have 2 tech labs coming up. Gonna get those upgrades. An engineering bay on the way as well, probably in case of any DTs. We have 2 more gates coming up right here. No gas is being taken at the natural. Pretty interesting. I wonder if he's just gonna go for a zealot charge into, with a bunch of sentries and colossi. That is all very viable, but no tech out of this yet. Might be saving up for that gas. Might need to throw down a couple. There we go. 1 more guy assimilator. Maybe the second one as well. Protoss players love getting those gases just to get early sentries, early tech as soon as possible. You want to kill all these Marines. We do have Marauders on the way as well as Marauder slow and stim. Second gas is down. No charge or anything yet, but 2 forges are being dropped. Interesting. There we go. Charges on the way. I only say that's interesting because if you're going to rush to Twilight Council to get charged, you don't want to delay it as long as possible, and I thought getting the forges would delay it. We do have all 4 gases now being taken for our Protoss player. Our Terran player only has 3 gases up. Only 1 engineering bay. Looks like a bit of lag. 1 engineering bay, so not going to get too heavy on the upgrades. Actually, he doesn't even have an upgrade yet. So I'm guessing this was just for, just in case any DTs came in, build missile turrets to get that vision. We do have, a Ghost Academy hidden. Interesting. I don't know what the purpose of this Ghost Academy hidden is, unless he doesn't know about, okay, maybe he's guessing that merz is going for the robo and going to get an observer, and he just wants to hide this Ghost Academy as long as possible. But that's kind of weird, because then as soon as he sees ghosts coming out, he's going to know, Noticimus should know that there's ghosts coming on the way. I mean, hide it as long as possible, I guess, but this is kind of in a dangerous position if Noticimus ever breaks down these rocks and gets in here. Anyway, income tab does show Noticimus up by a little bit, but mules are going to keep merz in the balance. Factory on the way. Just going to get that factory for that starport. I don't expect any kind of super hard factory play. Both players taking their third as well. More barracks, or another barracks being added on. Ghosts are here. No ghost upgrades yet. Might go for a nuke rush maybe. Nah. Looks like this is a decent enough army to attack with. Not a lot of zealots actually. Only a little bit. No Colossus either. Oh, the splash damage for Noticimus right now is pretty bad. He is getting Templar Archives and Robotics Facility. Kind of weird combo right there. Usually you want to focus on one path before you go another. And it looks like merz is coming up. Ooh, gonna get some sick EMPs. If you could get him on these sentries, then look at this. merz will be able to kite all day. Stimpak did finish. Combat shields also finished. And oh wow, all these sentries losing their energy. There's 1 full sentry left. And look at this. merz is just gonna rush in here. Should stim pull back. Yeah, there we go. Using that micro. Only 1 force field. Not gonna be able to capture much. And wow, merz is doing a ton of damage right now. Units lost. Ooh, actually it's pretty evening up. merz is not microing this to the most efficient, but all the zealots are dead. All we have are sentries left. Sentries that die easily, don't do a lot of damage as well. Marauders doing a lot of damage. More zealots are being warped in, and look at this. merz is going to be pushed back. Pretty nice play by Noticimus, but merz also killed a lot of sentries. We had like 5 or 6 sentries to begin with, and now we only have 1 remaining. But meanwhile, in the income tab, Noticimus is still ahead. I don't think merz ever scouted this base, but Noticimus does know about this base here, using that probe to scout. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think, no, Noticimus didn't scout the Ghost Academy there, so that's interesting. We don't have anything out. We have an immortal, but no observers or anything. Usually you want to pump 3 or 4 immortals or observers just to get the vision of where everything is, but none so far. Also, interesting to note, if merz actually did get Cloak and a nuke, then Noticimus would be in pretty big trouble because he does not have a single observer out. We do have 3 more gates finishing up. 2-2 is about more than halfway finished, about 75% finished. +2 attack for merz did just start, as well as +1 to armor. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and try to break down these backdoor rocks. If you'll notice, food tab fairly even, although merz is a little bit ahead. Worker count is now even. We do have Mobius Reactor on the way for our Terran player. And look at this. I think he's just going to pull back. Yeah, not in the best scenario. No High Templar out, though, so merz should feel happy about that. No super splash damage. Okay, we have Robo on the way, so we're going to get some Colossus. We do have Starport pumping out Medivacs right now. No Vikings yet. Ooh, interesting, actually. merz has not continued to produce any Vikings or Medivacs. Maybe he's holding off on that. He is getting a 3rd or 4th command center. Might think of taking the gold, or this Expo right here is pretty easy to hold. No, it's kind of easy to hold, especially if you have Medivacs here ready to drop over here. No War Prism out or anything, so nothing so tricky so far from our Protoss player. And I say that because Protoss players love being tricky. Getting those DTs out, getting the War Prisms, doing the nice harassment, maybe like a Voided Rush. You can tell I'm kind of angry at Protoss players right now. But again, merz is in a pretty nice position. Look at all of these barracks he has. I believe that's up to 8-ish. No, a little bit or more. 9 barracks against how many warp gates do we have for our Protoss player? Ooh, actually thrown on 4 more, so that's going to make it up to 12, I believe, if my math is correct. We do have some High Templar, but they do not have Storm. We have 3-3 on the way for our Protoss player, and EMP, so good. Oh, going to do a lot of damage. Look at that whole clump of units damage right there. Going to take a while. Just let that energy reload. I don't think Noticimus is going to push too hard right here. He's going to want to save up and start getting a bunch of Colossus. Or if our Terran player does not have any Medivacs out yet, or not Medivacs, Vikings out. So no Vikings means that he should be okay for now. We do have 3-3, should be started pretty soon for merz if he notices that his upgrade just finished. There we go, +3 attack. Oh, he's only put on +2 armor actually, while our Protoss player is on +3 pretty soon. Ooh, he might actually be waiting for the upgrade, and another round of EMPs going off. Oh, that damage. Zealots charging in, and not a good place. This is a little choke right here for Zealots to do. Look at all these Zealots not doing damage at all, and this Mortal not doing damage. And I think merz is going to take this battle pretty well. Colossus is coming in from the back. Ooh, actually, merz is not microing at all, and going to stand in the way of a lot of that damage. Just going to stand still, and oh, pretty even battle so far. I think merz is going to lose this, though. Yeah, going to lose a lot more units than his Protoss opponent. And look at this. merz is pretty well defended, so Noticimus is going to back up. Noticimus took the supply lead pretty effectively. Going to grab his own 4th base as well, and he's going to slowly work at this right here. Not enough army for our Terran player. I don't know what he's going to do right now. Noticimus doesn't have enough of an army to force himself in. Ooh, but still going to make a lot more Archons. Interesting. We should be seeing, no, not any more Colossus. But we do have 4 Vikings out of the way at the time. I wonder if this is a ploy by our Protoss player, forcing his opponent to make more Vikings than he actually needs. We'll see if... Oh, look at that. So we'll have 2 Vikings plus another 2 right here. That's 4. And plus that's 6. 6 Vikings for 1 Colossus. Okay, 2 Colossus. All right, that's a little bit more even. If Noticimus only had like this 1 Viking, that would have been perfect for Noticimus actually, because merz is wasting his resources. And double prong attack. Going to try to focus down this planetary fortress. Not going to get it. And attack from behind is going to do some damage at least. Should focus down this Colossus first. That Colossus is injured. Only 3 Vikings. Okay, we have a 4th, a 5th one on the way. And oh, nice. I think Noticimus is going to do a lot of damage here. Doing so much SCV damage. Workers killed. Oh my god, 35. And look at this. EMP's going off. And actually, I think merz is going to be able to hold maybe. And look at this. Noticimus does back away. Should kill the Colossus. I think you got it. Kill the Colossus. Immortal's not going to do too much damage. Marauders on Stalker's so strong. And Noticimus, what are you doing? Just back up. I don't think he has it. Although he has more Zealots now. Zealots on Marauders are super strong. But look at this. merz knows his opponent is getting a lot of Zealots, so he's getting Marines as well. Should be seeing more Ghosts and Marauders from our Terran player though. Just to hold off all those Stalkers and those Immortals. Oh man, that was pretty intense. No shields yet for our Protoss player, and no blink either. And he doesn't have Storm either. So I think Noticimus is just gonna go for the econ battle. He has a major economic lead, 80 harvesters to 39. He's just gonna wait out merz right here. merz not doing any drop plays or anything. So I don't know. How could he get back into this game? He doesn't have any ghost out. Supply count is heavily in favor of Noticimus, and unless Noticimus decides to attack up here and try to focus this again, I don't know what's gonna happen. And no Colossus, so this Viking is worthless. A lot of Marines doing a lot of damage though. Should EMP. You have a Ghost that... Oh no, Ghost can't EMP yet. Waiting for that energy. And nice little choke for our Terran player. There is no splash damage here. We do have Archons going to try to do splash damage, but Archons don't do enough splash damage as it is. And look at that. Noticimus has to back up. He still has a 40 supply lead, but a lot of that is actually workers. So I actually don't know what our Protoss player is doing. If Noticimus just waits a couple rounds, just macros harder than his Terran opponent, then he could end this in a couple rounds. Just max out, man. You have such a big lead right now. But again, if he continues to try to force those unequal engagements, try to attack him in this choke right here, I think merz could outlast him and then just do like a strong push once he's defeated that army. Another Colossus on the way, so we will be up to 2, and a third one is queued up. Let's see, no final game tech yet, and by final game I mean the mothership that Protoss players love to use recently. More gateways added, and we should be seeing another base being taken by Noticimus pretty soon. A lot of medevacs, a couple of Vikings, probably going to need more. He's going to scout out, he's going to do scan and see what his opponent has. And honestly, merz is going to be mined out pretty soon, and another battle is going to happen. Ooh, I think a decent amount of units were stimmed, I believe. Killing one Viking for free. Oh, Zealots in the back. This is horrible. Look at all those Zealots in the back. What are you doing, Noticimus? And, oh, pretty good engagement by merz, but he's going to lose a lot to this right here. Going to try to micro as hard as possible. But so many units from our Protoss player. And, oh, can he hold on? Not enough Marines here. A lot of Marauders, but look at this. merz is going to lose. GG. And Noticimus, our Protoss player, wins the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Barney signing off.